Advising at Surrey. My name is Jocelyn. I'm a Central Advisor at Surrey campus. And today I'll be presenting the CP101 workshop with my coworker, Amy. So to begin with, I would like to acknowledge traditional indigenous territories. We at Kuala Polytechnic University respectfully acknowledge that we live, work, and study in a region that overlaps with the unceded traditional and ancestral First Nation territories of the Musqueam, Kassi, Samiamu, Tawasin, Kaikat, Kawalam, and with the lands of the Kuala First Nation, which gifted its name to the university. In the course of reconciliation, we recognize our commitment to address and reduce ongoing systematic colonialism, oppression, and racism that Indigenous peoples continue to experience. So I would like to let you know that this presentation will probably take about 45 minutes. And then if you have questions, you can type your questions and we will have a Q&A period at the end of the presentation. And would you please mute your microphone and also mute your microphone and don't use your camera. So let me pass on to Amy and she has a message to give to you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our course planning workshop. My name is Amy Yu. I'm one of the academic advisors at Richmond campus. Now, can you all hear us well? I do have a poll question because we want to know who are joining us tonight. So you can pick your answer. Okay, so let me relaunch the poll. Okay, so in the first question, pick the program you're going to start in spring 2024, which is next year. So I will give you some time, see who is joining us here tonight. And the second question is, have you spoken with an academic advisor, which is one of us. We have academic advisor on multiple campuses. So we have 12 people completed the poll. We give a couple more minutes. Hey, so I think we're pretty good for those of you who completed. Thank you. So let's see who is in the audience today. I want to share the results. So we have students coming for biology, computer aid design drafting, horticulture, and others. And okay, great. 55% of you has already spoken to us. And a few not yet, and you are planning to do so. Awesome, great. So I will give the floor back to Jocelyn.
Thank you, Amy. So let me let you know what is the agenda for tonight. So at first I will talk about the Faculty of Science programs, what is academic advising, course load, how many courses to take, program requirements, your registration date and time, reading the timetable, and how to register for your courses. So under Faculty of Science program, there are 4 years degree. We also have 2 years diploma, 2 years associate degree, 1 year certificate, a short program such as citation. There is also cooperative education, a work experience component available for a couple of programs. So let's start with the bachelor degrees at KPU. Under the Bachelor of Science degree, we have biology, health science, mathematics, physics, plant health, sustainable agriculture, and urban ecosystem. And certain programs can also be used as a minor, such as biology, chemistry, health science, mathematics, and plant health can also be a minor. We have diplomas in brewing. Diploma is a 2 years program. We have diplomas in brewing, computer-aided drafting and design, the CAD program. We also have 2 years diploma in environmental protection technology, a 2 years diploma in general science, and a 2 years diploma in horticulture. We have a 2 years associate degree in general science and in mathematics. So associate degree is a 2 years university transfer program. So for students who may want to transfer to another university to complete a 4 years science degree, if they want to go to a 2 years science transfer program, it will be associate of science, can be general science, or it can be associate of science in math. We also have 1 year certificate in computer-aided graphic design, a 1 year certificate. It's a 2 semesters program. We also have a 1 year certificate in engineering. The 1 year certificate in engineering is a UBC transfer program. We also have citation in computer-aided drafting and design. So a citation is less than 1 year. And a citation in horticulture. Cooperative education is available for computer-aided drafting and design. So that is a work experience option. And environmental protection technology students also have cooperative education as well. So if you happen to be you don't know what you want to do yet, you are exploratory, undecided students, that is okay. You just need to have a plan. You can create a program for exploration so that you can make a decision you feel reasonably comfortable with. So give yourself a timeline. I usually tell students you don't need to know exactly what you want in your first semester. You can spend a couple of semesters to explore, to find out what you like. So what is academic advising? We'll help you to navigate your academic path. We help you with program planning. You may have questions about different programs or questions about courses, your educational goals. If you have any academic issues, such as struggling in a course and you need to know about any resources that can help you, you can also talk to advising. We can give you some suggestions. Changing program path. Maybe you have a change of mind and you want to change program. You have questions about academic policies. We can help triage and refer students to resources. So if you may need help with tutoring, or you may have accessibility issues, we can give you resources to help you. So there is a whole network of resources that are available on your academic journey. So if you have any issues that you may need help with, you can come talk to us and we will let you know what kind of resources are available at KPU. Course planning. So course planning is planning which courses you will take that suit your program, your lifestyle, and your goals. You can do this now and plan ahead for subsequent semesters. So we usually help students to plan for a couple of semesters. So we don't plan for the next 4 years. That would be too much. Usually we will help you plan for a couple of semesters so you know what you will be taking this semester and the semester after. Registration. So registration is actually enrolling in the courses you will take. You can do this on your individual registration dates. So registration is when you go online to pick the courses you'll be taking the coming semester. So when you are registering, such as for fall semester, student register in middle of July, or the spring semester, at KPU, the spring semester starts in January. So for the spring semester, you will be registering in the middle of November. So registration will start November 14th this year for the spring semester registration. The summer semester registration will start in the middle of March. So check the dates and deadlines link for specific semester registration dates. So if you want to know the dates, look up kpu.ca/registrations/dates to find out all the specific dates of registration period. Course planning, we would like to help you to be successful. So we would want to make sure you have the right amount of courses in your semester. As a KPU student, you can be a full-time or part-time student. Some programs will require you to be full-time. Some of those programs that has a selective entry component, such as nursing, students have to be full-time, but many programs at KPU many programs do give you the options to be full-time or part-time. So when you take one course, it is 3 credits, and one course usually has 3 hours of classroom instruction. And we recommend you to spend about 6 hours of studying and homework. So for example, if you take one course, you spend 3 hours a week to sit in the classroom, listening to the lecture, and you spend another 6 hours to study or do your homework. So for each course you take, you spend at least 9 hours a week on that one course. So even though you may only have 3 hours of classroom time, you probably have a lot of work you need to do, such as projects, papers, studying for quizzes and exams. So make sure that you don't overload yourself. At KPU, you can take up to 5 courses per semester, but we usually recommend new students to start with 3 or 4 because 5 can be quite overwhelming as a new student. So you need to be mindful. Don't try to take too many in the beginning. As long as you take 3 courses, you are considered full-time. But we do have some students who are working and they just want to take courses on a part-time basis, and that is fine as well. So at KPU, a certificate program has 30 credits, which has 10 courses. A diploma has 60 credits or 20 courses. Associate degree has 60 credits, which is 20 courses. A bachelor degree has 120 credits and it has 40 courses. So a certificate is usually 1 year, a diploma is 2 years, an associate degree is 2 years, and a bachelor degree is a 4 years program. But at KPU, most programs do give you the flexibility that you can use a longer time to complete. There are some programs, like I use nursing as an example, that does not have a lot of flexibility, but many programs in the arts, business, or a science degree, like the Bachelor of Science in Biology or Physics or Modern Technology, they do give you the flexibility to use more time if you need it. So just because it is a bachelor degree is 4 years, it doesn't mean you have to complete in 4 years. You can take longer if you need to. Same goes for the associate degree. If you need more than 2 years to complete your Associate of Science in General Science, you can take longer than 2 years. So usually one course has 3 credits, but for science courses, because science courses are lab science courses, has a lab component, so it is 4 credits. That means when you take a lab science course, it is more intensive. So anything that is like biology, chemistry, physics has a lab component. So it is going to be quite intensive. So make sure you don't take too many science courses, because taking one science course, you have a lecture and a lab. So it is more heavy than a regular course that does not have a lecture and a lab. So KPU has something called Pathway to Undergraduate Studies. The admission requirement to KPU to get into KPU is English 12 with a C+. For students who have less than English 12 with a C+, they may be placed into a pathway program. So if you do not meet the English admission requirement, you may be placed into a pathway program. So for a student who has English 12 with less than a C-, they start at pathway level 1. At pathway level 1, you will take ENGQ 1079 by itself. If a student has English 12 with a C-, the student will start at pathway level 2. In pathway level 2, the students take ENGQ 1089, and the student can choose one more course from the pathway 2 list. If a student has English 12 with a C, the student starts in pathway level 3. And you can take either one of this English, either ENGQ 1099 or ENGQ 1091 or ENGQ 1092. And you can take up to 2 courses from the pathway 2 or the pathway 3 list. So for students who don't have English 12 with a C+, they will start at one of the pathway program based on the final mark of your English class. So right now I will talk about the KPU academic calendar. So if you want to find out about KPU program and courses, the academic calendar has all the information you need. So the calendar is calendar.kpu.ca is where you find out all the program information, courses information, etc. So I'm going to use science major in biology as an example. So let's say you want to find out about a program, you go to our calendar, you look up Bachelor of Science major in biology. It shows you the overview, give you an idea what the program is, then you can read up what is this program is all about. And then there is the Bachelor of Science major in biology, the admissions requirement, and the declaration requirements. So in here, This will show you that if you want to major in biology, you will need to complete a number of courses before you can declare into Bachelor of Science in Biology. So in order to declare into Bachelor of Science in Biology, you need to complete one English course, English 1100, Biology 1110 with a C, Biology 1210 with a C, Chemistry 1110 with a B, or Chemistry 1210 with a C, Math 1120 with a C, or Math 1130 with a C. So you take 1120 is differential calculus and Math 1130 is calculus for life science. So you choose either one of them. And Physics 1101 with a C or Physics 1120 with a C. So before you can declare into Bachelor of Science in Biology, you need to complete 6 courses first before you can declare. So usually students possibly spend a couple of semesters taking those required declaration courses first before you can declare. So sometimes students do book an appointment when they're brand new and ask me, how can they declare? Then I explain to them, when you don't have any credits, you cannot declare. You need to wait till you have complete enough credits before you can declare. So here you can find out for Bachelor of Science in Biology, you need to complete 6 courses first before you can declare. So as you can see, it probably take you a couple of semesters of taking courses before you have enough credits to declare into your major. Course planning program description. So here is a detailed description of the biology, the Bachelor of Science in Biology program. It shows you what you can take in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. So you can see that year 1, under year 1, there are 10 courses. Like I said earlier, if you cannot take 10 courses in 1 year, maybe you think that is too much and you may only want to take 8 courses in 1 year, that's fine as well. This is recommended time schedule. So theoretically, if you want to finish a Bachelor of Science degree, it takes 4 years, but you can take longer. So, but this is the recommended schedule. But if you think this is too intensive, because science program is very intensive, so if you think you want to spread it out and complete your Bachelor of Science in 5 years, that's fine. You can take longer. And this is an example of a course description. Sometimes students do want to know what this course is all about. So we use a course that is quite useful. It's called Education 1100, called Intro to Higher Education. So this course is not a required course. This course is an elective. If you want to take an elective, you don't know what to take, and you want to take something that is useful as for a first-year student that can help you to become a successful student, you may want to consider taking Education 1100. This course can give you all the foundation that you need to become a successful university student. So if you don't know what to take and you need to pick up an elective, you probably will need an elective in your first year. So if you don't know what to take, Introduction to Higher Education is a good choice. So we're using this as an example. As you can see, this course does not have a prerequisite. That means you don't need to have any prior courses to take this one. You can take this in your first semester. This is an example of course description for science courses in physics. So as a science student, I need to let you know that science courses have a lot of prerequisites. So this is something you need to be familiar with. So for example, before you take Physics 1100 Introductory Physics, there's a prerequisite and it says level C1 in the math alternative table. So this is something we will show you very soon. So level C1 in the math alternative table, if I remember correctly, is pre-calculus 12 with a C. So before you can take introductory physics, you need to have pre-cal 12 with at least a C, and then you can register into Physics 1100. The next one down there, you see Physics 1101, Physics for Life Science 1. So there's a prerequisite. Before you take Physics 1101, you can have Physics 1100 as a prerequisite, or if you took Physics 12 and you pass it, that can be used as a prerequisite as well. And there is something called a co-requisite. What is a co-requisite means is that when you take Physics 1101, you are also required to take one of these math course along with it. So Math 1120 is differential calculus, Math 1130 is calculus for life science, and Math 1140 is math for calculus for business. So you need to take at least one of this calculus course when you are taking physics 1101. However, if you took one of these math already, let's say you took math 1120 last semester, you passed it with at least a C, then yes, if you took one of these prerequisite courses already, you can use that as a prerequisite. So when a course is a prerequisite, that means you take it with the science course together. But if you already took the math course, that's fine as well. So just to let you know, you will choose one of those math. In here, it does say math 1120, math 1130, math 1140. You don't need to take all three, just choose one of them. 1120 is differential calculus, 1130 is calculus for life science, and 1140 is calculus for business. So this is the math alternative table. When you are brand new to the science program, you read the course description. A lot of the chemistry courses, the physics courses, the math courses will say, look at the math alternative table and you can see the prerequisites. So this is how you find out about if you meet the prerequisite requirements. So A1, if a course has A1 as a prerequisite, that means you need to have pre-calculus 12 with a B or calculus 12 with a C. So it does list out the courses that you need. If the requirement is A1, what does it mean? So here, Math 1120, that's a course called Differential Calculus. Usually engineering students take this course. So the prerequisite is A1. A1 is pre-calc 12 with a B or calculus 12 with a C. Okay. So yeah, this is the math alternative table. So this basically tell you what is A1, B1, C1. So all these chemistry courses, physics courses, math courses have a math prerequisite. It will refer you to look up this math alternative table. I know the math alternative table can be a little bit confusing. If you don't understand it, it's fine. You can book an appointment and ask an advisor to explain it to you. So you can read it, but if you find it confusing, you can always book an appointment and talk to an advisor. Okay, so let's see. Let me go to. So let me go back to last one. Okay, so this is the academic. No, I'm not going to.
Jocelyn, you can stop sharing and then share again and click
Yeah.
on the PowerPoint.
Okay.
Thank you.
Pause share.
We cannot see the PowerPoint yet.
Okay, so let me go to where. How did I get myself out of it?
You can choose the share screen button again.
Yeah.
And then find the PowerPoint that you presented before.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, let me see. Okay, so I go to. Okay, so this is the math alternative table I was talking about. So let me just move to the next one. Course planning, exploratory or undecided. So so for your first year, if you are not sure what you want to take, like I said earlier, Education 1100 is a good choice. And then there's another course called Idea 1100, Interdisciplinary Foundations, which is also a good arts course for first year students. So if you don't know what to take, you want something that can be useful for a new student and something not too heavy, like maybe easier elective, you can consider Education 1100 and ID 1100. So for Faculty of Science students, some of these introductory science courses that you may consider taking, like English 1100 is required for everybody. So every major requires you to take English. So Chemistry 1110 is the first year chemistry. Bio 1110 is the first year biology. Math 1120 is differential calculus. It's more suitable for engineering students. Math 1130 is calculus for life science. It's more useful for health science student or biology student. So Physics 1120 is a physics course geared towards engineering students, and Physics 1101 is more for life science students. So this would be some of the first year sciences that you can consider taking. And there is something called my action plan or MAP audit, which shows you if have you met the requirement for your program. So usually by this time a student has taken maybe a couple of semesters at KPU, and after you have declared into a program, you can go into the MAP and see how close you are in finishing your diploma or degree. But when you are brand new, the MAP doesn't really show you anything because you haven't taken any courses yet. So until you have taken some courses at KPU and after you have declared into a program, then the MAP can show you what you need to complete your degree or your diploma.
Sorry to interrupt, Jocelyn. We are
Yep.
still not seeing the slide. We're still seeing the math table slide.
And
are you able to move the slide?
Let's see. This one?
We still see the math alternate table.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yes.
So you are at the math alternative table.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay, so right now I am. So I resume share. So can you, okay, so does it work right now?
No, you will have to click on the new PowerPoint that you want to share. Maybe close this one.
So I am on course planning, exploratory or undecided.
No, that's not what we saw.
Okay, so do I go to?
When you click on share screen, did you see your PowerPoint?
I see up there say new share.
Okay, and it's not, did you click on the slide you want to share? Or I can share for you. You can ask me to remove the slide.
So but when I'm moving now, right now it's on course selection. Is that what you're seeing?
No, still the math table.
It's kind of weird. Okay, I'm on math alternative table. So I click on resume share. Does it share now?
Yes, yes, it works now. Okay.
Okay, okay. So sorry about that. Okay, I'll try it again. Course planning, exploratory or undecided. So for Faculty of Science exploratory courses, like I said earlier, there's English 1100, Chem 1110, Bio 1110, Math 1120, Physics 1120. So these are some of the first year sciences that student can start with. And this is the MAP audit. And it shows how close you are in completing your courses. You don't use it in the beginning because you haven't taken any courses at KPU, but after you have taken some courses at KPU and after you have declared into your program, you may use your MAP audit to see how close you are in finishing your diploma or degree. Course selection. So you should create a list of courses that you want to take in the upcoming semester. So for the spring semester is the upcoming semester. It will start in January and finish in April. And when you are choosing your courses, consider choosing some alternative courses in case your first choices are not available. So always have a plan B in case if what you want is not available, try to have a plan B. check your registration date and time. So before you can register, you need to check your registration date and time. Your registration date and time is already posted. So you can go to one.kpu.ca and go to register for classes. And then choose for prepare for registration. And then you should see your registration date and time on the your registration date and time screen. And this is how you find out your registration date and time. So if you haven't done that, you should go to one.kpu.ca to check your registration date and time. The first day is November 14. It doesn't mean you get 14, you may get 15, 16, 17. Find out what day you get. Whatever day you have, try to register as soon as you can. You can register late, but if you register like 2 weeks late, a lot of courses can be full. So it's good to register on time. Okay, so the next one is check the timetable and build a schedule, and I will pass it on to Amy, my partner, and she will explain to you how you can check the timetable and build your schedule.
Thank you so much, Jocelyn, for presenting your part. Now, can you all see my PowerPoint? Check the timetable and build a schedule. Okay, great. Now, let's continue. By now, you should have received an email from the registration office telling you to go check your registration date and time. So make sure you do that if you haven't done that. So the next thing you want to do is to check the timetable. So where do you check the timetable? There's a one-stop website, one.kpu.ca. And then if you look for register for classes, you can click on browse classes and then pick spring 2024, which is January next year. That's the term you're going to start. And then put in the course you want to register for. So in this case, we put in biology and the course number 1110, and then you search. You could refine the search if you want to know, if you only want to take classes in certain campuses or certain days of the week or time, you can do the advanced search. Otherwise, you will just do a broad search and they will show you all the classes we offer in the spring semester. So pay attention to the campuses they offer as well as the mode of delivery. So as you can see, the timetable gives you a lot of information. Make sure that's the class you're looking to register for, whether it's a lecture or a lab, what day is the meeting times, who are the instructors, and how many students have registered. They give you a lot of information. So let me show you. So here, as you can see, it say class details. It will say the term is spring 2024. You will see the CLN number, which campus, and after the pandemic, we're offering more online courses. So pay attention to the location, whether it's campus or online, then or some of them may be mixed, blended. And whether it's a lecture or a lab, because in the science and horticulture faculty, quite a lot of classes has lab, so they will tell you as well. And then you can see the section number, the course number, the title, and the number of credits is worth. So in this case, it's 4 credits. And then the course description, what are you going to study or learn from this class? And if there is any prerequisites. So as Jocelyn has explained to you earlier, in this case, well, biology 1110 removed the prerequisite now. So there's no English 12 as a prerequisite. Okay, enrollment and wait list. If you register on your registration dates and time as a new student, you're supposed to get an early registration date and time. So you probably won't run into, the class is being full, but let's say if there's a class is really popular and the seats are filling up really quickly, that's where you can find out how many people has already registered, enrolled in the class, and how many people are on the waiting list and what is the wait list capacity. And if you add yourself and what is your waitlist number, I'm going to explain to you in the next couple slides.
Amy, should I move the slides?
Can you see my slide now? Is it moving?
I still have to check the timetable screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, how come? Check the timetable. Okay, sorry about that. Let's try again. It should be moving. I don't know why is it not. Okay, what about now? Can you see the course details?
When I look at my screen, I still see the check the timetable and build a schedule.
Oh, okay, because you should see what I see though. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, let's try this again. Let's do this one. Okay, I'm going to show the current slide. What about now? Can you see the anatomy of a timetable?
No.
No? So if you are not seeing, that means the other students are not seeing either. Okay. I have already opened that page. I don't know why. Okay. Microsoft PowerPoint is here. Okay, give me 1 second. And did you already stop sharing your screen, Jocelyn? You did, right? Okay.
So
Hey guys, this is Aisha. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so if you just go to the top of the screen, at the very top where you can see it saying either you are viewing Jocelyn Choi's screen, and then next to that it says view options.
Oh, I see.
Click
Okay.
on view options, then you should be able to switch to Amy's screen.
Okay, so I'm
At
going
least
to...
that's
Oh,
what.
I see, I see.
Okay, perfect. It takes a while.
Yeah, it does. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Can you see my share screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so did we miss quite a few slide sharing earlier on?
So go back to the beginning of the timetable screen.
Okay, so here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, some of the students have met and this is going to be recorded anyway, so you can watch the replay. Okay, so that's timetable. You key in your browse classes, put in your spring 2024, put in your subject, your course number, and do a search. Then it will show you all the classes, the location, and the meeting time, as I have explained. And then you can also see the class details, the course description, and the enrollment and the waitlist. And then, okay, if there are some classes that are in reserves or restriction, you will be able to see this list. So you will know that some classes, because some classes are reserved or restricted to students in the program. So that's why some students might not be able to register for those classes. This will be a long list if you go to the reserved and restricted seats. Okay, so as a summary, create a list of classes that you want to take. For example, is the Biology 1110, Biology 1110 Laboratory, and then the English, Math, Chemistry. Now, Jocelyn has explained that because science classes usually have a lab section, so even taking these 4 classes will give you quite a busy workload because both the biology and the chemistry have 4 credits. Okay, and then the mode of delivery, because right now we offer classes in different mode of delivery, in person, online courses, online asynchronous, meaning that, so in person is quite straightforward. That means the classes are offered on or off campus, whether it's a lectures or lab or work terms. Online course delivery, meaning that the classes are going to be delivered online and is in the synchronous learning mode. or the asynchronous learning mode. When it say online asynchronous, meaning that no scheduled meeting time, but doesn't mean that you don't have to log in on a weekly basis. I still remember one student say, oh, I thought this class is asynchronous. That means I can take the classes anytime I want. So make sure you still log in every week, follow the class assignment, and make sure you keep up with all the course reading. And then online synchronous, meaning that students are supposed to meet at a scheduled time. Blended asynchronous is in person and online. And the online portion is asynchronous, meaning that you don't have to join at a particular time, but again, you are supposed to, follow all the class, assignments and readings to make sure that you keep up with the work of the class. Blended synchronous, meaning both in person and online, and the online portion synchronous, meaning that you are attending the online portion at a scheduled time. Online asynchronous with synchronous exams, meaning that the exams are scheduled at the scheduled time. The students are writing the exam all at the same time. Online synchronous with in-person exam. So that means you have to come to the campus to write the in-person exam. So I know that some students, they plan to take online classes because they are not in local environment. So make sure that you are able to come back to take the to write the in-person exam if you choose that sections. Now, summarizing all the how to interpret the timetable, you can see that whether there's a lot of the terms I have used. So make sure you read the description very carefully and pay attention to the instruction methods, the meeting time, the class time, as well as the final exam time. Okay, so how do you job or add your courses? Now, when is your registration date and time? You can click on the register for classes and register for classes. That's the next button. And just similar to what you have done in browse classes, go pick spring 2024 and then the subject you want to register for and the course number, and then you do a search. It will show you all the sections that we offer for spring, and then you can pick the one you want to take. So as you can see on the left hand, on the right hand side, there's one that say add. So make sure you add the classes that you select. Okay, and then at the bottom right of the timetable, you will see that it say pending. So make sure you click the submit button. Then you will be registered for the class. So double check is here. Now on the left hand side, you can see there's a schedule as well as schedule details. When you click on schedule details, you can see the classes, the section number, and here indicate that you register for the classes. Let's say if you're waitlisted for the classes, you can find your waitlist number position here in the schedule details as well. So this gives you a lot of information here. Okay, so if you are taking both lectures and lab, make sure that you select both of them because they say it's linked. So you won't be able to register for the lecture without selecting the lab. As you can see in this slide, both the lecture and the lab are check off, then you can register at them at the same time. And then you submit, and then this will indicate that it is registered. Okay, so now you are newly accepted student. You can go to this page, kpu.ca/advising new students. There are 10 steps, so see where you are. Most of you should be ready to register for classes. And after you register for classes, you pay your tuition fee. And if your classes require textbook, then make sure you pick up the textbook, attend the orientation, and prepare for your first semester. And then there's you can go into my online self-services, your student menu to register for the orientation registration. Now let's recap. Right now we are almost beginning of November, so classes start in January, and then registration for spring is coming up. November the 14th is the first day, so every student have different registration date and time. Make sure you check your KPU email and follow the instruction to find out your registration date and time. When classes start, before classes start, you can still add or drop classes without any penalty, especially dropping classes. So make sure you go to the registration/dates to look at the important dates and deadlines. Because when classes start, when I say classes start, meaning that the semester start, even your classes have not started yourself, it counted as when you drop a class after the semester start. So whatever date it is, it should be January the 4th or 5th, I can't remember. We can look at the calendar later. Then if you drop a class, you will only receive 70% of your tuition fee back. And then after the fee payment deadline, and then there won't be any refund already. So even you have not paid for the tuition fee, you're still responsible. So make sure you understand the dates and deadlines very clearly. Okay, so for those of you, I know that the majority of you have already, spoken with one of us in the central advising team. And actually, I recognize some of the names that joined tonight. I invited some students to join today. So I'm very glad that you come to this course planning workshop. And because the advice we gave you is general, so a lot of them could be tailor-made or custom-made for you, depending on your program. Some of you, the program are, limited intake program, cohort program, for example, like student in the horticulture program or the CAT program. Certain courses are only offered in certain semester. So I highly recommend that you make appointment to speak with us, especially if you want to have more personalized advice to plan your courses at KPU. So you can do that online. That's the easiest way, advisorconnect.kpu.ca. And then you can find the time if you want to meet us online, by the phone, or in person. We offer a mix of appointments. And you can check your KPU email to understand how to join us. We use Microsoft Teams, not Zoom, for our appointment. And then you can also go to, you can also call us if you have any challenging, finding the appointment. Our phone number is 604-599-2828. You can also email us as advisor@kpu.ca. So, and then if you have, questions or, error or message that when you're registering for classes, the registration department, their phone number is 604-599-2000. You can email them at registration@kpu.ca. And their web page is kpu.ca/registration. So we are going to send you a link after this workshop to get your feedback of how this course planning workshop help you with starting your course planning. And we really appreciate you take your time, probably just a couple minutes to answer a few questions. And the feedback, the link will send to your KPU email. Okay, so I see there are some questions. Jocelyn, feel free to start answering them while I look through the,
Let me see the questions. Okay.
Can you see in the Q&A box?
Q&A. I saw it earlier. Now it disappears.
Okay, let me take a look. is in the menu bar under Q&A. I answered a couple questions earlier on.
Let's see, share screen.
So
I
it was-
did see it earlier. Now,
Okay,
let's
I
see.
will read out the question. Okay, the first question is, I'm wanting to take nursing after completing the 21 undergraduate courses. It say that you can take 21 credits, in which 3 credits must be non-nursing.
Oh, yeah, I see Q&A now. Okay,
Nursing
I see it now.
credits are open to first-year student. Now, actually, all the nursing courses are restricted for the nursing students. So that means all the 21 credits you are going to take have to be outside of the nursing program at KPU. The reason why they say that is because we have some students apply as a transfer student. So they might have done some classes in other school. And for whatever reason, if they have some nursing courses done elsewhere, those will not be counted. Now, nursing program is the admission criteria is quite different. So if you need more assistance, I again advise you to make appointment with one of us. Okay, and then the second question.
Yeah, I can see it now. So if
Oh.
I'm still taking a high school course by the time I start my spring 2024 studies, is it allowed if no time conflict exists? I think what you mean is that you're taking like upgrading a course outside of KPU. So I assume you've already graduated high school, but you are taking a high school course, like maybe upgrading math or something like that. Yes, you can be at KPU and also take upgrading course outside of KPU. That is fine as long as there is no conflict.
Hey, so we figure out how to share the screen now. Thank you. for
Yeah,
all- for
yeah.
your-
I saw some. I know some students are experts. Probably they have
Yeah.
used Zoom more than I did before. Where can we find and view the recording of this meeting? I do believe it will be a link will be sent to the students.
The last question, is it likely that we would have to split our different courses between different campuses due to limited seats? Now, as mentioned, because you are a new student, you're supposed to get like very early registration date and time. So if you register on your date and time of your registration, you should be able to get the classes in the campuses you want.
Yeah, so Amy has a very good point. Like Amy made a very good point is that new students have priority registration. So make sure you take advantage of this priority registration. You have priority registration for 2 semesters, for your first 2 semesters at KPU. So remember, you have like a very early date, either 14, 15, 16, you get one of the early days to register. So make sure you get everything you want. Unfortunately, it doesn't last forever. You only have priority registration for 2 semesters. So make sure you take advantage of these 2 semesters that you will get the courses you want. And that student also made a very good point about taking courses in different campus. As a KPU student, you are allowed to take courses at different campus. So as a Richmond student, you can take courses at Surrey, or Surrey student can take courses at Richmond, or Surrey student can take courses at Langley. But there is a very, very important point. Make sure you have enough time to travel between campus. I usually advise students, it may not be a good idea for you to say, take a class in Surrey and take a class in Richmond. And if the time in between is like maybe less than 1 hour, it's very hard to commute between 2 places. So this is something you need to keep in mind. I usually tell students, if you are going to take classes at 2 campuses, maybe one day is Surrey, another day is Richmond, it's very difficult to run between 2 campuses on one day. So this is something you need to keep in mind.
Yes, so as Aisha has mentioned, registration date has been published, so you should be able to see yours. I think except those that apply late, then they should have early registration dates and time.
Okay, another question. Can I do an associate degree in math at KPU and then complete my bachelor degree at SFU? Yes, we have an associate in general science. an associate in math. So those are 2 years transfer program. So if you want to transfer to another university, an associate degree is a university transfer program. So that would be the right place for you to start if your goal is to transfer to another institution.
Are there any other questions that we can help answer? I think we answer all the questions in the Q&A box now. The same applies for physics associate. Yeah, that's correct. So if you, again, if you want to do a more like, customized course planning, yeah, speak with us and we can help you plan. I always encourage students to meet with us every semester because the advice is based on what courses you have done in the last semester, and sometimes after you take new classes, more classes, you know what your interests are, and you have more idea after starting at KPU, and you know what you like. So it's important to meet with us very regularly, not just for the first semester.
So someone asked about an associate in physics. We don't have an associate in physics, but we have an associate in general science. So if you want to do a physics, I think you will still start with the associate in general science and you just take the right courses for the physics program. If you for the associate is a 2 years transfer program. So if you pick the right courses, then you have 2 more years at SFU. So when you are doing the associate, it does ask you, okay, there's a list of first year courses you can pick, a list of second year courses that you can pick. You need to make sure you pick the right ones. So if your goal is to transfer, my suggestion is book an appointment to talk to an advisor. So when we look at the associate does have a list of first year courses, a list of second year courses. So you just want to make sure you pick the right ones. So talk to an advisor if you want to transfer.
Great. So let's put out the slide of how to make appointment again.
So I think there's no more questions.
Yes. So how to make appointment slide, right? Okay, 1 second. This one here. Can you all see? Yeah, so advisorconnect.kpu.ca is where you can find an appointment with us.
You can use advisorconnect.kpu.ca. There is also phone number 604-599-2828, 604-599-2828. You can book an appointment by phone as well.
Yeah.
So we do see students in person. You can also have an online appointment. For some students, they prefer phone appointment. That is also another option.
You still see any more questions in the Q&A box, Jocelyn? I don't see.
No.
Right? Okay. So we answer all the questions. Again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are very excited that you are joining us in spring 2024. And we look forward to see you either, on campus or online or at the orientation events. Please say hi to us if you ever run into us again.
Thank you for all the students to attend our CP 101 workshop, and thank you for giving out your asking all the great questions, and thank you for giving us the tips. This is our first time we use Zoom. We have been using MS Teams for the last 3 years, so this is our first experiment to use Zoom. So thank you for your patience, and
So
if you
sorry,
have
I
any more
just saw
questions,
one more question that popped up.
yeah,
Get your TPU ID. Yes, go to the library counter and apply
Yes.
there. Yeah, that's the easiest. Okay, thank you. Thanks for joining again. Good night.
good night, everybody.